I have my coffee, and we are recording.
Is that Dunkin'?
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
It's Dunkin'. I
Good
got
for
Dunkin'
you.
iced coffee.
Yeah,
Good
man.
for you.
And I put it in the fridge.
I don't think I've ever. Have you ever recorded with an iced coffee?
Yeah, last episode. He made his own iced coffee.
I'm so disappointed in you
that's
because
so
the
right.
past
That's so
two
true.
episodes, I literally announced that I had iced coffee.
That's true.
Like
That's
I
true.
started,
That's
I was like,
true.
"Hey guys, I have iced coffee."
Hash doesn't go back and listen to our episodes. Yeah, I just outed
No,
him.
I
It's very clear.
actually do. I just like I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I fast forward the end, the
Fast
very
forward-
opening.
Do you fast forward when Brendan talks? Yeah, I do that too. I mean,
Well, no,
hey, Brendan.
I fast forward just the part where Brendan does the opening because I want to do the opening so bad. I can't bear to hear it every time.
I
Like,
told
just can't.
you
It hurts my
the
soul.
narrative that I started last week was not fictional. It's actually what happens. But you know what? I will
What
just
narrative?
start like where I said you can try.
I'm
and steal my
kidding, you
opening. Oh,
idiot.
okay. All right. Well, fuck you, dude. I'm brain dead. I literally told you that I was brain dead before we started.
Wait, so what happened that you're so Brendan? Brendan?
Brendan and brain dead are synonymous. No, I agree.
Very synonymous.
Oh, wait, real quick. Nick, are you recording this in gallery mode or are you recording it in back and forth?
Gallery mode.
You are in gallery mode?
Yeah.
Oh,
Problem?
I control what mode I see it in. I thought that also.
I control the mode I see it in.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so there we go. This is a good start. It's a solid start. Okay, so I'm stuck in.
So why are you
I'm
so
Brendan.
brain dead? Brendan?
Oh, I'm brain dead. Just been a long day. I'm just tired, and I just didn't sleep that much last night. Woke up at like 6, got a little workout in, then worked all day, and then got home.
You work out.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
Yeah, weird flex,
Yeah.
bro.
dude, it's not a weird flex. It's just it's a flex for me because I didn't work out for a very long time, and now I do, and I feel like good about it. You know.
That's awesome.
Nick's working out right now though. Nick
Right
is
now.
closing his rings.
gotta close those
I
rings.
started my activity, my indoor other activity, where I'm just standing and pacing my room for 25 minutes to close my ring. That'll be it.
Indoor other. That's awesome.
Anyway,
Oh man.
I'm Nick.
I'm John.
I'm Brendan.
We're stuck in
And
our
we're
house.
stuck in our
If you don't know that by
in
now,
our
it's
Yeah.
totally cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's in the
This
name
is
of the
super cool.
podcast,
Welcome.
so that's why.
Welcome, guys.
Brendan,
I was gonna say something funny.
you
What's up?
what are you stuck in your head about?
Cool. All right. What if I was a tortoise?
Oh, it's gonna
Okay,
be that.
guys. See you guys later.
I'm dead
I
ass.
can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm dead ass. I had
And we're
this-
stuck in our heads.
I-
Thanks for listening.
I had this.
That's it. That's all we
I had
got.
this thought on the way home from work today. I was like, yo, being a tortoise would probably be the chillest life ever. Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you would
Because
live
I
for
got that protective
like
shell.
150 years.
I would, yeah, I'd be wise as fuck in 100 years. I probably wouldn't be stuck in my head nearly as much. It would literally solve the
You would
problem.
have you would have achieved full self-awareness and enlightenment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would have
Exactly.
achieved unagi, and Brendan would have understood what that means if he had watched Friends, but he doesn't. So
He doesn't
It's
watch
true.
Friends.
I haven't seen Watch Friends. I haven't seen, watched, or listened to Friends.
The fact of the day is that Brendan has never seen or listened to Friends,
and
Yeah.
that he's now a tortoise.
and now he's a
No, I wish I was a
fully
tortoise.
self-aware.
I will
tortoise.
say
I
will say
aspire
with
to
that
be a
hoodie-
self-aware tortoise.
So what is your
Something
spirit
about, like,
animal,
the
Brendan?
hoodie like this.
My spirit animal?
So what
I
is
actually
your
read
spirit
something.
animal?
I actually read something interesting. Oh, is it TikTok?
Into
Yeah. I've been
Just watching
scrolling through
TikToks.
TikTok, and that's just what happens. Yeah, it's called research now, guys. Okay, it's
That's
fucking
that qualifies
2021.
as research, right?
No, it's absolutely the primary research. But the TikTok was like, okay, let's find out your spirit animal or something like that, and they were like, okay, what's your favorite animal? Go. Okay, and you just say your favorite animal out loud. For me, it was a lion. Okay.
So you're saying
And
it
they
at
said-
the screen with no one around?
It just, you don't have to fucking say it. Just like identify it in your head. Golly.
Okay.
By the way, I'm trying to curse less, and I've already said the F-bomb like 12 times.
It
Well,
is
but
like
you also said golly, so I feel like every time you say golly, it negates one of the fucks. So it's like, you know.
it's a one. It's
Golly
a 1-to-1. ratio.
Golly gee willikers. That's great. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, so I'll just
G
keep saying
Willikers,
golly.
that erases two. So
Sweet. Okay, I'm killing it. Anyway, say your first favorite animal. Actually, let's do this exercise. Let's do this exercise together. All three of us. Ready?
Okay. Let's
So
just
your
do it.
first. Okay, first favorite animal. Go. Mine's a lion.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean,
Don't think about it. 3, 2, 1.
I kind of like owls.
Owls. Nick.
Moose.
Moose. Okay. Now.
That's a winner. That's a winner animal right there.
Yeah.
Now, I think this part's
Moose.
important.
Built
I
different.
think this part's important.
Exactly.
I think this part's important. It's different from saying, what's your second favorite animal? Kind of, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Just humor me for the exercise. Now pretend like your first favorite animal doesn't exist. Just pretend it's never existed ever. Okay? What's your favorite animal?
What a sad world.
It's sad.
My favorite animal now is an elephant.
I don't know why the first animal that jumped into my head is a duck.
Okay? Duck is...
Owls and ducks.
Owls and ducks. Okay, we're seeing a little
Oh
wing
no,
trend
that's
here
just
with
the
that.
first
Trying to
first
fly.
animal that came into my head.
Okay, Nick. Number 2.
Panda. Panda bear.
So
You guys don't know the song? God
That's
damn
it. That's the test.
is that
no,
the
it's not the test. It's not the test. It's not the test. Relax. I was just, come on. I was referencing one of the biggest songs of the 2010s. Okay, so we got
Panda,
first,
panda,
second,
panda,
same.
panda, panda.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
got
Nick.
broads
Thank
of
you.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna get
thank you.
demonetized.
Good.
We're gonna get demonetized for this.
That's okay.
For that. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm okay with that one. For
This
Panda.
episode is brought to you by.
Now, same deal.
Chugs
Remove that
beer.
animal. Pretend it's never existed. What is
Wait,
your...
the second one too?
Yeah, both.
I
So
can't
now what
live
is
in a
your-
world without owls
Shut up.
or ducks.
Shut
Come
up.
on,
This
bro.
is an exercise. This is just an exercise. So just shut up, okay?
Golly.
Now, third favorite. No, not third favorite animal. What's your favorite animal now? Okay, mine, tortoise.
Tiger.
What's another animal?
What's another animal? Your
What's
imagination
another
ran out
example now?
after owls and ducks. That's where your imagination's done.
Sophomore year acting imaginary class, man. Oh boy, we'd be disappointed. Oh boy.
You got the owl, then duck, then completely shit the bed.
He said, "What's another animal?" How old are you?
Oh god. And a moo there and a
Do
moo
they have
here.
anything
What's
other
that?
than
Oh,
owls
cow.
and ducks in Israel? Do you have any other than those two animals?
No,
You got
that's
nothing
it.
I
else?
can't.
You have a cat at home. He couldn't even say
I
cat.
was gonna say
Can't
that's,
wait to
that's
visit.
my
I
You
can't wait to
asshole.
visit Israel. I can't wait to visit Israel one day, which is known for its owls and ducks only.
And that's
Wait.
it.
I can't.
it's a
These are the
pretty
only
special
animals
it's a
you're
pretty
gonna see.
special place in the world, you know?
gonna
The
see
only place in the
people.
world that has only owls and ducks. That's it. Nothing else.
It's like in Pokemon where there's only like you can only find two Pokemon in a specific route. It's like, and in Israel you can find ducks and owls, and that's it. That's the only thing you can find.
What's the
And
what's the name of that
if you go up
Pokemon?
north to Lebanon, you can only find Rattatas and Zubats. Those are the only two things that you can find.
What's the name of that episode? That Pokemon with the owl Pokemon?
The owl Pokemon.
Hoot hoot.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Woot woot? Is that what it
Think
Hoodoo
it's- is it not hoot hoot?
Hoodoo
I don't know.
evolves into Knocked Owl.
Oh, knocked owls is dope. Knocked
Yeah.
owl's good.
I would agree.
Okay.
Anyway,
so anyway,
that's my spirit animal.
so
Oh
here's
wait,
the
no.
exercise.
So the third one is a cat.
Okay, so here's the conclusion. Okay, first animal is how you want people to see you, and this is somehow related to astrology. I don't remember why. So, hash, you
Clearly.
want people to see you as like wise and shit. I think. Nick, what was your first animal again?
Moose.
Okay, I don't really know any stereotypical characteristics of moose, but I think that
They have
Nick
horns.
Wants people to see. I think Nick wants people to see him as Canadian.
Wow, I just thought as
and-
the
I so
darkest
desperately
joke
want
in
to
the
come off
world.
as Canadian.
And then me, I'm the lion, and I want people to see me as like a leader. I think that's what I got out of that. But your second animal is how people actually see you, according to astrology
Wow.
somehow. So hash,
Wow.
I don't know what this means.
You
but
like
I
bread.
didn't mean
You
to.
eat a lot of bread. You eat a lot of bread and you shit in the yard.
That's exactly what it is. I eat so many carbs.
Oh
That's it.
man,
You eat carbs and
Oh,
shit in the
man.
yard. That's what you do. And you like swimming.
yeah, you love to
Good. I
swim.
do like swimming.
Yeah, I don't even remember what my second animal. Oh, it's an elephant. Again, I don't really know what that. Maybe I'm loud.
You have
Alright.
big tusks.
It's an elephant. You
I
know
don't even know
the
what that
tusks?
fucking means.
It's an elephant with the tusks.
Nice. Stop. Just stop, Nick. We
It's
put this
being
on video
recorded,
now. We
Nick.
put this on video now. You
I
can't-
understand, and in like 5 years from now, the kids that I'm teaching are gonna see this, and they're gonna
Yeah,
be
they
like,
are. That was
"That
That was
guy
the
graded.
case.
That guy was in charge of me graduating from 8th grade." And there's a video of him doing this.
Exactly.
You're
Chewing
welcome.
ice into the microphone.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the ASMR.
Thank you for chewing ice in the. Yeah, exactly.
Ew, I don't know.
Oh
I'm
God!
so sorry
Please
that I did that.
fucking stop.
And then
Oh,
the third
God.
animal, I think, is who you actually are. I think, maybe, I don't know. So I'm a fucking wise.
I got
horse,
3
guys. You should come to
wildly
me for
different
advice,
animals.
and I'm gonna live forever.
Three
Nick, go
wildly
over your
different
animals again. Nick, go over your animals again.
Moose,
Moose, Canadian.
panda bear,
Panda bear, cuddly.
Cuddly.
tiger.
Tiger. You got a quiet sneak attack bite.
Sure.
I'm sure.
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 Never mind.
Yeah.
Good. There we go.
Wait, do me.
Okay. No.
Right now?
Nothing important. Hash, what was your first animal?
Owl,
And then a duck.
duck,
And a cat.
and then
Okay,
nothing,
so-
and then a cat.
yeah, so nothing comes before the cat. Okay, so
Yeah.
duck. No, owl.
What does the fourth animal
you're
mean?
trying to get people to think you're wise. The
Sure.
duck. You're trying to fly, but you can't. No, wait. Ducks
But I
fly.
can't. Well, I
God, I'm
can.
fucking
Just
idiot.
like, you know.
Fucking moron. Holy moly.
It's
What's
okay.
something that
Don't worry
ducks
about it.
can't do?
Nothing. They can do anything.
That's true. If they
Just like me.
believe in themselves, they can absolutely.
They're pretty
What
and
the fuck
loud.
is this episode, man? Holy shit.
Ducks are known to have unlimited capabilities. We all took acid before this, so that would explain. We dropped acid about an hour ago.
We
don't. And
Wait,
we
I
have no
We're
idea what's
dropping
going
any
on.
drugs. Okay, if you have
I-
drugs in your hands, don't drop them. But we never drop acid.
Oh my
That's-
god.
No, never.
Oh my god, stop it.
Can't do that. Man.
I will say that
That's what
I
you're
also
To be
went
clear,
on a date.
we did not. This is just what it's like when we're recording on a night where something was supposed to happen and then things changed and now we're talking about spirit animals.
There's a change.
What
Talking
it
about
is.
spirit animals.
We
Yeah,
were
this
supposed
is
to
the
have
least
we were supposed to
prepared
have an
we've ever
interview.
been
It's gonna
for a
get moved
podcast.
to next week. It's no big deal. But
It's gonna be great.
this is what we're doing instead. And
But
I
you know what?
hope
These
you
these
enjoy
come
it.
out to be the best episodes. These come out to be the best episodes anyway. So I went on a date with a girl who was really into astrology, and I gave her the ultimate test of astrology. I told her, like, give me your favorite, like, astrology website, and then I went to it and I scrolled down to my thing, and then I read it to her, and it said all this stuff. I don't even know what it was, and she was like, "Yeah, you see how this really fits, blah blah blah." You know, she started making all this bullshit up about me, like how this really fits into what your thing. And then I was like, "Hey, remember how I told you these fit to everyone? So actually, that's not mine. Mine is something different." And
Damn,
then she
you
didn't say
fucking-
anything, and
You
and
prick.
she left.
And
Well,
you
yeah, that's
definitely
the
didn't have
quickest way
sex
to
that
fucking
night.
ruin a date. Yeah, that's yeah. You like, come on. What were your goals there, dude? First impressions.
No.
Hey, let's
I
talk
don't
about
know
first
what
date
my-
stories. Do you have any fun first date stories?
Do I have a fun first date story?
It's not a
First date story?
but It's it's someone's first date. It's Brendan's favorite story about me.
What?
Wait, that's
It
your
was my
that
two
that was a
friends, my-
that was a
my-
first
like-
that was a first
Oh,
date?
no. The two
it wasn't
friends,
Like a
two
double,
friends,
no,
two
of
friends.
course.
I guess
it wasn't,
yeah.
but it was like
Have we
a
told the
double.
story here on the podcast? Have we
I'm
shared
sure
that?
we have. I'm sure. we
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gents who haven't heard that story, go back. and
I can almost guarantee that we've said this story before, but I'll hear it again. I don't
have.
care.
We'll refer back to our previous podcast.
Exactly. But I'll hear it again. I'll hear it 100 times. It gets better every time I hear it. You are a Cancer, by the way. Hash. Also, your star sign is Cancer.
I'm an Aries
mean?
boy.
What?
It just means you were born on the day that you were born.
That means that Cancer was the June 21st through July 22nd. That's
I
you.
was born on the day that I was born. Who wasn't
Yeah.
born on the day they were born?
I agree.
Leap year babies.
You asked what it meant that you were a Cancer. I was saying, well, it just means that you were.
It means you were born
on
between the
day that
days
other
No.
cancers
June
were born.
21st
I
through
meant,
July
what does it
22nd.
mean? What is the star sign
I was
mean?
trying to shrug it
What does
off.
it mean that I'm a Cancer? Of course.
I was
I know
trying to
that.
shrug it off. I was trying to just like let it go.
Okay.
You know,
No.
like fucking Frozen Elsa.
It failed.
That's her
Failed
name, right?
miserably.
Elsa.
Failed miserably.
Damn it!
What are
just said
some?
the
What
F
are
word.
some? Do you guys have like superstitions that you actually believe in?
Wow, are we gonna just skip over my first date story?
Oh,
We're just
oh
gonna-
yeah, I forgot
we're just
about that.
gonna move-
Yeah, we can.
just
We can
roam
talk
by
about
it.
first dates.
But no, I kind of like your question better, so let's do that one
I
instead.
don't think I have any like
that's
really
awesome.
funny first dates.
I've got like a interesting one.
Like a superstition or a first date.
Both. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded for either one. So whatever one you want to hear first.
Nick, you're the tiebreaker.
First date, I also just closed my rings, so
Yeah, claps,
Boom.
claps.
Episode's over, guys. See you later.
we're stuck in our heads. And yeah, I'm gonna drink.
Nice. I'm also drinking. Well, I haven't started, but okay. Wait, you want to hear first date? Okay.
My
so,
students can't see this. I want to see.
I didn't know it was a date. Had no idea that this day was a date. Had no clue, especially because I had just gotten out of a relationship on this day, and I thought that me and an old buddy, an old pal, were just going to see a movie.
Wait, how old were you?
This was high school.
Like junior, senior high school, or like?
No, it was early. It was early high school.
Okay.
It was early, but I was taking relationships mad serious at this time. Not obviously not in the same way that I did.
But like, if someone asks
now,
you to go
but-
see a movie, you should probably read the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I agree. And like she and I had never seen a movie together before. Like it was a very like, you know, out of the blue thing. But I was just like, I don't know, I'm gonna see a movie. I'm bored, and we're going to see a movie. She picked the movie, and she also admitted that this was a movie she'd seen before. So more writing on the wall. But I hadn't seen it.
Well known.
But I hadn't seen it, and I wanted to see the movie. I hadn't seen the movie, wanted to see the movie, planned on going to watch the movie. We get in, we sit, somewhere, I don't know. And
Guys, remember
we watch
movie
the
theaters? Damn.
Damn. Yo, I bought AMC stock because I'm very prepared for the numbers to go up when this summer when everyone gets vaccinated and starts going to movies again. Anyway.
Yikes.
I'll be fully vaccinated tomorrow.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
That's awesome, bro.
Fuck it up, dude.
I don't mean to interrupt your story, but anyway, you go to the movie theater.
I go to the movie theater. And she's on her phone the whole time. I'm like low-key annoyed. I'm like, hey, we're watching a movie. And she's like, I've seen the movie. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I guess. Like, I don't. Why'd you want to come do this then? You know, I was like really annoyed with her. And then I could just tell she was like pissed. And so she gets up, goes to the bathroom, comes back, and like just immediately puts her head on my shoulder. Now I was a fucking tool douchebag in high school, and I was allowing many people to do that to me often without like either reading into it. I can talk. Either reading too much into it or not reading anything into it at all. So I was just like, yeah, I'm into this. Absolutely. If she wants to do this, we can totally do this. Put my arm around her, but then I still just focused on the movie, even though she's now like giving me complete invitation. Movie ends, she leaves. Well, I mean, we leave together, but she gets up first and like clearly is like upset. And she walks out of the theater, and it's like in this like mall area, so there's like a place to go sit. And she goes and sits down, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing. I just thought you'd understand. And I was like, understand what? And she's like, I've seen the movie, Brendan. This is a movie I've already seen. And I was like, yeah, I'm confused as to why you did that too. And
Literally my story, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, but why?
It
Yeah,
is your
but I'm
story.
just saying
It
that
is
I
your
could
story.
drop them off. It's on my way home.
It's literally my
Oh man, go listen to Hash's story. It's somewhere in season 1. And she's like, and I put my head on your shoulder and all this other stuff, and I was like, oh, were we? And she's like, I thought so, and I was like, oh, I'll be honest, I didn't know. I straight up had no idea, and then I felt really bad because she's awesome, like genuinely, like I don't think she's weird or anything. Like I think she's a dope person, still do to this day, and so I'm like trying to think of ways to like make it up to her, and like in high school, like you would do the corny shit sometimes where you would like sing a song to her just like in the middle. So I picked a song.
I went to an
that I
all
knew
boys
she
school,
liked.
so
Yeah,
no.
All right.
Either,
So not a.
If I
relatable
sang a song to one of my classmates, so there were more implications at hand.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So no, I sang a song that I knew she liked. Specifically, it was "Lighters" with Bruno Mars. You ever know? This one's for you and me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That's Bruno
I
Mars.
sang that, and well, that's Bruno Mars. It's also Eminem and Royce da 5'9", but like Bruno Mars sings the chorus. Yeah. And so I sang her that, and that like kind of worked. She's like, that's cute or whatever, but she's still like upset.
Wait,
and
you
then
sang it for her in the mall?
like outside, yeah. I didn't like. I was like saying quietly
Listen,
next to her.
bro,
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know.
Like I didn't like stand up and like have a whole number. Like really think about it.
High school.
It
I was
wasn't
just
10
sitting
things
on
I
that.
hate about you.
I was
where
just
he
sitting on
interrupted
that.
track practice and saying, "Can't
No.
take my eyes off of you."
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Let me think of like a scene that like happened. Did you guys see High School Musical 3? Did you guys see that one?
No.
Okay. Nick,
Yeah,
you see High School
I
Musical
did.
3?
I
Okay,
did.
so like
Feel left
what it
out.
kind of felt like was like the beginning of that one number, right after the first basketball game, and Troy and Gabrielle are in the treehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of felt like that, except instead we were just sitting on the bench the whole time, and I was also the only one.
It wasn't. This could be the start of something new.
No.
Where
it
they
wasn't.
sing that song together, and then she all of a sudden shows up at his high school.
No.
What are the odds?
She shows up.
Crazy.
That's the first one. Hash.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Yeah, no, I saw the first one.
He saw the first one.
Did you?
Hash is cultured a little bit. They had the first one a couple years later in Israel.
Yeah, bro. A couple years later. I was actually in America when it came out.
Yeah, but you
Were
didn't
you?
see it until you went back to Israel.
Of course, I waited.
Anyway, you're singing Bruno Mars
Singing it,
to this
yeah.
girl.
Serenade.
And she
Does
thought
it
was cute.
work?
Like I was getting her back on my side a little bit, but not all the way. And then she's like, "I think I'm just gonna." This will show how old we were. She's like, "I think I'm just gonna text my mom to pick me up."
Nice. Classy.
And I'm like, no, we can still like have a good night or whatever. And she's like, it's too late. I already texted her in the most like dramatic fashion. And then she stands up, and this next part, straight from a fucking movie, dude. Like, this is the first or second most movie moment of my entire life. She gets up and she starts walking, and the light kind of hits her from this like we were next to a Bass Pro Shop, and the light
Is that
from
when
coming
you
from the
knew
Bass
that
Pro
you could
Shop.
direct Parasite better?
It's when I knew I wanted to be a fucking actor. I knew I was a dramatic little bitch and like needed to do something with this. But the light hit her like perfectly, and like hit her. It just like made her glow, and I noticed it, and I was like, oh. And I grabbed her hand and I spun her around towards me, and her lips just landed on mine perfectly.
Wow.
Perfectly landed. And it was like straight up out of a movie. And she said, wow. And I said, yeah. And then her mom picked her up. And that
Did
was
you
our
date
only,
her?
that was, no, that was
Okay,
it.
great.
It was over. It was over after that day. Yeah. Just kind of, just an interesting little day.
That's a very good first date story.
Cute little day. That's it.
Probably best first date story I've heard. That's good. Good job.
I will say that at least from my experience, every first date after you've been in a relationship never goes well. Because to me, at least, No, to me, I'm saying to me at least, because when I'm in a long-term relationship, I completely forget how to date.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time.
Like I completely forget how any of it works. Because I'm like because like when you're in a relationship that lasts for a while, you're like, "Oh, I'm comfortable with myself. We're just going out to dinner and like I can be totally cool and normal and like
I can burp.
I'm comfortable with this person." But when you're on a date, when you're trying to date someone or it's the first date, you're like, "I cannot be myself or this person will never let me be with them ever." Like you slowly have to get comfortable. So for me, I can at least think that, after I had been in a relationship for a while and I went on a date, I was like, "Oh, I am way too comfortable. Like I'm way too much of Nick right now, and I can't be that."
They're not ready for this much Nick.
They're not ready for me. They're not ready for that. No, I'm being too serious and I'm too comfortable and I'm saying things that I probably shouldn't say. I should ask questions about them. But like the thing is, like, you're thinking about that as it's going on, but you can't stop yourself.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, God damn it, Nick, what are you doing? Stop saying these things. Say something else. Come up with something interesting to say. Nothing.
Nothing.
A lot of pressure. I don't know why what Nick said just reminded me of this, but one time I was in a serious because he mentioned comfort, and this memory appeared in my head, and I was like, oh man, Brendan, you little tool douchebag guy. One time, I was in a serious relationship with a girl, and we decided we were going to see a movie, and it was like kind of a last minute thing. It was the last movie. You're like, oh, let's go see a movie. This movie was.
And she put her arm on my shoulder, and it was a movie she'd seen before.
And I didn't even know it was a date. No,
and she was glowing under the street lamp, and I turned her around and I kissed her, and her mom picked her up.
Oh my god!
But we had like a bum out day. You know those bum out days.
And everyone in the movie theater clapped.
Partners. Yeah. But we had like a bum out day, like how couples will have those bum out days where you don't put on anything cute and you just wear sweats all day and all that shit.
Welcome to every day
the
of
last
my life.
year.
like what everyone's doing during COVID, like right now. So we had that on this day, and I thought that even though I was bumming out, I looked kind of cute. Like I like the way my joggers made my legs look. You know what I'm saying? And I like my hoodie that I had on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And not that she didn't look cute, because she always did. She always looked cute. But when we decided we were going to see a movie, she immediately grabbed her purse and was about to get in the car, and I said, "Is that what you're wearing?" I said that to her.
No.
I said that to her, and she stopped, and she looked at me.
You
and said, "What,
idiot?"
And she said, "What?" And I was like, "Oh no! I mean, you look great. You look so good. It's not that. I just wasn't because we bummed out today. I wasn't sure." And she's like, "Yeah, we're going to a movie. It's gonna be dark, and we're still gonna bum out. Do you think I look bad?" I was like, "No, I don't think you look bad." And it turned into this whole thing. And we did end up seeing a movie, but not till the second showing because learning from my mistakes live on the podcast.
That literally sounds like another Friends reference.
What?
So I looked at her, and you looked at her.
Friends.
See, what you said, Brendan, was, "Oh, is that what you're wearing?" But what she heard was,
"Yeah,
is that what you're wearing?"
Yeah. No, I did it, dude. I did it.
Oh, I have actually a funny first date. Story.
Didn't you have another story, Brendan, that you wanted to tell?
I don't know, maybe.
How about the superstition? We can get them.
The superstitions. Yeah. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Stevie Wonder, thank you.
Yes. I always confuse that song with "I Wish." I don't know why. Stevie Wonder.
They're in the same key.
I wish those days
They're in the same key.
Oh, what a great song. Anyway, so first date, it was my second girlfriend ever, and
Hot.
yes, super hot. And I was really nervous because I really.
You're talking.
So, one of my friends told me that it would be like a really good idea to ask for something that's like super weird, to set her up for like a really like a cool expectation, like that she would know like what was gonna happen, like it was a cool
She'd be
surprise, and then
spontaneous and adventurous and quirky.
right, and then just like something stupid. So he told me that I should ask her to bring an orange to the date because it's important to the date. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try that. And then when she asked me, like, why did you want me to bring the orange? I was like, oh, yeah, I just wanted an orange, and just peel it and start eating it. So that's what I fucking did. And she did not fucking get it. Like, it was just like a total flop. She had no idea what the fuck was going on. Oh, God, yeah, it was
Nice,
definitely...
dude.
Again, not a very strong first date move.
No,
No.
definitely not.
Definitely not.
That's like a second or third date move when she's already decided she likes you.
Or when
And
you
she's like,
already
"Oh my
know
God,
her
Annie's
sense of
quirky."
humor, when you already know what her sense of humor is and if she'll even find it funny at all.
Exactly.
I had a first date where I literally just spent 45 minutes talking about all my exes.
Wow.
We dated for a while, so I mean, she missed that red flag right there. Like that was probably one of the bigger red flags I could have given her, and we still dated for quite a while. So,
God.
shout out to her.
Did I tell you guys? Did I tell you guys this story? I mean, I'm sure Laura brings it up all the time, but
Shout out to Laura.
shout out to Laura. Yes, but it was right before the beginning of the school year, senior year, that we went to Saints in downtown State College. Shout out to Saints. They close at 4:30 on Sundays. But if you know, you know.
For that
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But anyway, Laura had worked with someone that I had worked with that summer, so I was like, "Oh my God, it's so like that's so cool. We should like totally meet up and get coffee before this meeting that we have before the school year starts." And for me, it was we're
Was this senior
like
year?
before senior year. Yeah. The day before.
Gotcha.
So this was the night. So this was the day after. This was the day after where everything got shut down. After so
Brendan still doesn't get it.
No, I do. I'm trying to figure out how we can explain that to the audience who might not know what's going on.
You can.
You can.
Okay, so this is a totally exclusive thing that none of you are going to understand. You're going to live with it. Okay, Nick.
It's a Penn State joke. We've had like 25 of them. It's fine. I would imagine that every school has its like beginning of the year party where they introduce the new people in their program, or like
Fresh.
yes, like the frosh, or they introduce like the new pledges for the chapter of their fraternity or sorority. Like everyone has that. That was us for the School of Theater. Anyway,
Rookies for the chess team.
that was Saturday. The rookies for the chess team. So that's on a Saturday night, and then on Sunday we have nothing, and then Monday we start school. So that Sunday, musical theater had a program meeting. I told Laura, I'm like, I saw her on Saturday. I went, oh my God, we should totally meet up and like talk about how your summer was. And at this point, I am interested in her. Like, I know that I want to pursue this. But we meet at Saints and we get coffee. But I'm like, at this point, at this stage, we're just like two friends getting coffee. So, like, I pay for my coffee, she pays for her coffee. We talk, we catch up, everything's great. She gives me a ride back up to the theater building, which is all the way north of campus, and State College is south of campus. So we drive all the way back up, and I casually, because she's wearing a Cloud ring, like, you know what these Cloud rings are? Yes.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
depending on how you wear it, it tells people what your relationship status is. Laura was wearing hers in the way that you would if you had a significant other.
Wait,
So
I'm
I-
sorry. What is those? What are those?
Oh, so a Cloud ring is like like a traditional Irish ring kind of thing. So depending on what side, how you wear it, and on what hand, it's like, so if I wear it, see how the crown is facing down?
Oh, I thought it was a heart. Okay, yeah.
Well, there's a heart also, but see how the heart is pointing up?
Yeah.
And I put it on my right ring finger? That means that I'm looking for love.
Oh,
So if I flip it on my right ring finger, that means, oh, I'm in a relationship. I am spoken for.
I'm already in love.
I'm already in love. If I wear it heart facing out on my left hand, that means, hey, I'm engaged. And if I wear it on my left hand,
It means you're the Incredible Hulk.
it means, yeah, if I wear 3 of them, I gain superpowers. This means that you're married. If you wear your claddle ring like this, but on your left hand, that means that you're married. So anyway, Laura's wearing hers like this.
Right hand in relation.
Right hand heart facing in, which means spoken for.
And she has no idea what it means, clearly.
Well, she's wearing it. She knows what it means, but she's wearing it. And I'm like, oh, so I see it. And I'm like, so I'm seeing it. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, I don't want to like talk, like get invested and like develop feelings for this person if they're in a relationship. So I was like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? And she's like, no. I went, oh, the way you're wearing your claddle ring. She went, oh, I guess I must be wearing it wrong. I'm like, oh yeah, because you're supposed to be. Okay, so anyway, but Laura likes to tell this. Laura likes to tell the story that, yeah. So on our first date, he didn't buy me coffee, and he asked me if I had a boyfriend.
Nice. That's good. Shout out to Laura.
And we're still dating, so shout out to Laura.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Laura.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Laura.
That's
Shout out to her daughter.
But she likes to bring up that I didn't buy her coffee on our first date, even though it wasn't a date, because because here's the thing, had I bought her coffee,
it would have meant
that she would have known immediately, oh, this is more than 2 friends catching up.
But she already knew.
This may be
In retrospect, she knew.
Yes.
I
I don't think she knew in the moment.
Oh, you don't think so? Oh.
I don't think
When
so.
I'm being-
I mean, she might,
when I'm-
and I could be completely wrong, and she's going to say that she knew the whole time. But
Cue Laura in just rating our Zoom meeting just right now.
exactly.
See,
she's going to
I
say
have a different approach to that, Nick. I have a different approach to that. Instead, if there's even a chance, like, because like you people have like genuine interest, and then sometimes people are like, yeah, I mean, I would, you know what I mean? When it comes to other people, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would, for sure, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily interest. So to always kind of keep my hand in the pot, I'm always paying for coffee, okay? Always paying for coffee, this guy is.
Wow, you must lose
Okay?
so much money.
You want some
all the
coffee?
money.
You
Is
want
that
some
why you
coffee?
Because at the
Is that
very
why you
least,
bought
because at
coffee
the very
first when you
least,
first
oh,
came
he's so
out for
sweet, he
coffee?
bought my coffee. Right?
Yeah.
Because at the least, it's just like, oh, that's very sweet. Like, we're catching up. You want my coffee? That's very sweet. I'll get him next time. But at the most, they're like, oh, he bought me coffee.
And in the middle, I buy them coffee. They buy me coffee next time. I get
That's-
free coffee
yeah.
out of it next time.
Exactly.
Because if they're not interested, then I was just being cool. I was being a cool guy. If they are interested, then I bought them coffee. You know, held the door open.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
What were you saying, Hash? You said something I couldn't hear.
Pro relationship tips. I was saying that's why you bought us that's why I felt like weird vibes the first time that we went out for coffee, the two of us.
See, like, that's when I bought
Yeah.
you margaritas at Mad Max. You were like, I mean,
I know.
that's why it was weird for the next couple of weeks, because I was like waiting for you to reciprocate, and it never happened.
That was
know,
that was
next
one
move,
of.
that's it.
I gotta give a big shout out to Nick there because that.
Stop.
was
That's
story.
not the point.
There was one night when I don't even remember what I was doing. I was not having a good day though, and I don't know if Nick realized that or not, but I wasn't having a good day. And Nick was going out with some peeps to a bar that we all liked in Penn State called Mad Max, and he invited me to come, and I was like, already not having a great day. So I wasn't super excited at the opportunity, but also I just didn't want to spend money. Just didn't want to spend money at all, right? And I was like, Nick, I would, but I really don't want to spend money tonight. And Nick looked at me and he's like, it's on me. I was like, what?
Baller.
He's like, yeah, it's on me.
Baller.
And I'm like, well, Nick, that might be expensive. He's like, I don't care. I want you to come hang out with us. And my whole night changed, and I felt so much better, and like very genuinely, so happy he did that. So happy he paid for me.
And we went home and had the best sex.
Oh my god.
That's where I was. That's where I was
Unbelievable.
going.
Unbelievably
That's where I was going.
incredible.
Yeah.
was awesome.
It's great. It's great. Shout out to Laura.
It's like when you achieve enlightenment. It was that good.
Yeah.
That's
Also-
a good friend, though. That's a good friend though. Where it's like, boom,
Yeah.
on me, bro.
That's true.
Boom.
That's
The
what
sex
a
is
friend,
that
a good
good?
friend would repay margaritas with sex. That's true.
I read an interesting thing the other day that coffee makes like orgasms way more awesome. So just like a little thing to.
What tastes like that?
No. Coffee makes orgasms like way more awesome than like normal. It's just like, hey,
there was no study for that. It was
Not
just
that-
like, just someone
not
was just
that
like,
I'm-
hey, maybe.
just someone was like, I'm gonna
How do
drink
you
2
do
gallons of coffee right before I go into this, and then just like see what happens.
Yeah, and
So,
then you have to pee in the middle, and you have to stop and like go to the bathroom. Like that's fucking
Maybe.
the worst.
Maybe.
Not talking from experience, of course not.
Okay, I did lie just now. By the way, I didn't read that. It was on TikTok that I saw.
Of course,
So-
but that's we already talked about it.
Primary
It's essentially
research.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Research,
no, I agree.
TikTok, it's all the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to talk about your superstition before we?
Yeah, let's talk about superstitions.
Yeah, we can talk about superstitions.
I'm just genuinely interested.
Sure. Does anyone want to start on that?
Yeah, so Penn State plays football, and I mean,
do.
they played
You didn't know. Penn
football.
State,
They
they
played
play
football last year. I'm putting that in quotes.
In
But my
the words of Pat McAfee from his podcast recently, hey, Penn State stinks, huh? That's what he said.
Yeah, which is fair because we did.
Penn
stink.
State stinks, huh?
Yeah, we did stink. I don't think we perennially stink. I think we had one bad season. But yes,
Yeah, but I love
just
I
one.
love
Yeah, we had a bad season.
I
Anyway,
love it when Pat McAfee says that things stink. I think
shut it down.
Shut it down. Gone down.
Shout out to Pat McAfee, by the way.
What a good guy.
If you need 3 theater guys to do anything for you, Pat, we're
Yeah, Pat. Yeah, Pat. I'm
If
a
you
Ravens
listen.
fan. You don't
Shout
have
out to
any
Nick.
Ravens fans in your studios, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nick,
totally
Nick,
know who you are.
Nick is a Colts fan. Pat.
Yeah.
Nick is an
I am.
Indianapolis Colts fan.
I
okay?
watched
He's
you.
super
I watched
excited
you make
about
that
the Carson Wentz
miraculous
trade.
onside kick live.
No, that
against
was crazy.
I watched
That
that
was a crazy
live.
day.
I watched you.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Pat. I appreciate that.
Shout
I
out to
watched your
Pat.
retirement live when you retired from the NFL during the Super Bowl, but a lot of people watch that. You're my favorite Colts player ever. So anyway, what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about superstitions. So
Superstition.
Penn State, yeah. So Penn State stinks at football, but I found out. So this was the 2016 season where we went to the Rose Bowl and we won the Big Ten championship. I found out. So because the first 2 games that we had played that year and lost, we had lost to Pitt and Michigan, and those were the only 2 games so far that season that I didn't watch with anyone else. That I didn't even watch the Michigan game, and I saw the end of the Pitt game, but I only watched it by myself. But every time that I went to a Penn State game, or it was an away game and I watched it with at least one other person, we won the game. So my superstition was at the end of the year, right? When we were playing Indiana really closely that year.
I remember.
It was really close up until 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I was watching it in my apartment, and I lived in a studio at that point. So I was watching the game by myself with 9 minutes left, and it's a close game. I put on a jacket and I run to Pickles, which is downtown State College, so I can watch it with other people, and we won the game.
Love
Thank you,
that.
Nick.
So my superstition that year was, okay, well, as long as I watch it with other people, we win. And then the Rose Bowl happened, and that obviously didn't happen. But this last year, I was like, if I don't drink alcohol, because at kickoff against Indiana this year, I was like, I'm gonna have a beer. Football's back. We lost, so I was like, okay. So I must have just forgotten it the last time I did it. For the second game, I was like, I'm not gonna drink for kickoff. And then I didn't drink, but I missed kickoff, and we lost. So I was like, okay, I can't. So the thing is that I can't drink the entire game, and I have to watch the opening kick.
and we lost again. I was like, okay, maybe we just think. Maybe we just think. Maybe that's
Yep.
it.
Maybe there's no such such.
There's absolutely no global impact on my drinking habits or whether or not I watch the opening kick.
Or how many people Nick Case.
Or how many people it's not like Trace in Bloomington, Indiana was like, oh, Case is watching it. Oh, Case is at Pickles. Okay, no, we're gonna win this game. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna
Just
win.
have to keep an eye on.
Oh, thank Christ.
Where Case is at.
Yeah. All right, Brendan, I'm ready for your one.
Sure. So, similar to Nick, kind of. I don't have like anything that I do, or did, but more that I would notice like patterns when other people would do things, and I would try and manipulate those patterns very often for my game. So, like as an example, growing up, I played a lot of little league baseball. I noticed. Shout out to my mom. My mom was like my good luck charm. If she was watching the game that I was playing, I was usually having a pretty good game. If she wasn't there, 3 strikeouts, a couple errors in the field, we lost, things like that. So I was kind of like, it wasn't like extreme, but it was something that I noticed. And so if my mom couldn't make the game for some reason, I would get a little bit stressed out about that. That's something that I would like get in my head a little bit, which definitely didn't help whether the luck was working or not. So there's that. But I think my favorite, and I'm sorry that I'm just talking only about girls today. But my favorite little sort of good luck charm was the year before the Ravens went 14-2. I was dating this girl, and this girl was trying to get into football and watch Ravens games with me. But if she watched Ravens games with me, Ravens lost. Ravens would lose. They would lose, and that wasn't okay. And I kept trying. I kept trying to give it a chance. Same with Yankee games too. She was trying to watch Yankee games with me sometimes. Yankees would lose, and it's just like she just never got to experience the team that I wanted to winning. Just like never. I actually think with Penn State games too. Absolutely. If she was watching a damn Penn State game with me, they'd fucking lose. Okay? And it's something that I was like, listen, you're great. Game day? Have a girl day.
We'll find something to do.
Go do something else. Okay? You can't. Because it also, when she wasn't there, usually the games weren't even close. Like we would just clobber them. Like it wasn't even a conversation.
You sure you don't want to go home
and
this
then,
weekend or like?
And then if you remember, Hash, I don't necessarily expect you to remember, but if you remember Nick 2 years ago before Phillip Rivers moved to the Colts, his last year on the Chargers, he beat the Ravens in the playoffs against Lamar Jackson.
I do remember that because we were watching Julio in the Nutcracker, and that poor girl fell on stage whilst dancing.
No, that was the Chiefs game.
Oh, that was the Chiefs game. I'm sorry.
That was the Chiefs Ravens game. Yes, but I also remember that. Yeah.
I remember that.
No, for the Chargers Ravens game, this girl that I mentioned was there with me, and we were getting slaughtered. We were getting so slaughtered. And so eventually, like not long after halftime ended and the third quarter started, I was like, I'm done. And she and I went to the grocery store. I came back from the grocery store with her. We had come back almost all the way, and we needed to score one time in order to take the lead. And the minute that she steps into the room, Lamar Jackson throws an interception, and we lose.
Game over.
It's not even the minute. The second she turned the corner, saw the TV, and watched Lamar Jackson throw an interception. Okay, and I'm like, at that point, I'm like, you gotta leave. Like you can't. This is crazy. This is like I've tested this enough. We now know the Ohio State game that Penn State lost. Guess who I was watching that with?
Not with me.
So anyway, that's my superstition. I also would have like a certain ritual that worked for me for a while that I would do before shows, but I haven't done a show in so long that I'm like, I barely remember it. So
Yeah, we all know what that one was.
No, Nick, we record this. We record the visual. You can't
just
do
saying.
that.
I'm
No,
just
that's
saying.
not it. Now I have to like explain what it was for real.
One
Okay.
word.
I'm
first
pretty sure what it
syllable
was I would
sounds
turn on like really hype, like a really really hype song, and just run around the stage area, blasting in my ears and lip syncing it, thinking I was so like one of the songs would be Blackout from In the Heights, right? And I would just like fucking run around, listening to Blackout and blaring in my ears. Stop! That's not no Nick. Put it down.
I don't know.
We are a clean podcast.
Because it's like a habit, you know. It's like something that I don't know. Like before every.
I
show
felt
that
bad
did,
if I didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that qualifies it. I don't know.
It could be. For some people, it's a warm up. For me, it felt like a superstition. Like I felt like I truly like wasn't gonna have a good show unless I did that. But yeah, I mean, you know, it could have. I could have just been a warm up, and I could just be thinking about it too much. I don't know. Superstition is not like a big thing. A big thing for me.
Yeah, like before every show that I did, I always went like when the curtain was down and I was already in costume, I would go to the center of the stage and just like stand there and kind of like have a few deep breaths. Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
Nick missed it. Nick missed it. You jerk. Yes,
Jerk.
that's what I was doing. That's what I was. Oh,
in the
got
middle
him.
of the stage.
Got him. Fucking 3-pointer. Okay.
Anyway,
That's it.
I think it's almost quitting time.
I think so too. You know,
Especially because
we've
I work
we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah. I started watching a collage. What's it called? No, a compilation. A compilation of actors breaking on camera.
Oh, I love it.
That's
Those
the
SNL
best.
videos where everyone
Yeah.
breaks. I love
Yeah.
those videos.
But even like NBC comedies, like The Office, dude, people are breaking left and right in that show. And they do a
yeah.
fairly good job of hiding it. But if you really look, everyone's just laughing the whole time.
there
They're
was
laughing.
one.
How can
there
you
was
not?
one where Michael, there was
Yeah,
one where
I don't
Michael
understand
was,
how they
like,
do that.
Screaming at someone or something like that in his office, and Jim, like there was a shot of Jim just staring at him like this, and Phyllis in the background is just fucking
Is just
like,
losing it.
dying, just
losing
losing
it.
it.
If you're not an actor and you watch like comedy television, if you ever see an actor put their hand in front of their face,
They're laughing.
they're laughing. Just know that
They're
they're laughing.
laughing.
There's no other reason to do that ever. Okay.
Did I tell you guys when it was the summer after we graduated, I did Peter and the Starcatcher, and
No, you didn't tell me that.
there's this there's a scene in Peter and the Starcatcher. Spoilers. I mean, you've had plenty of time to read the play, where how Hook gets his hand is because Blackstash slams a trunk on his arm or like onto his hand. So like he's throwing a fit, and then like he takes the lid and he slams it on his arm. He slams it on his hand, and everyone like the audience immediately knows what happens because like he slams it like he's cut his arm off, like he's cut his hand off. Mm-hmm. So he slams it, and the reaction is, oh. But of course, I mean, it varies with every actor. But it is by far the funniest part of the entire play because you get because Blackstash is a comedy is a character role, and you usually get a really strong character actor to play Blackstash, so you give them free reign to do whatever the hell they want, and it's like, oh Jesus, here we go. Mm-hmm. But when we were rehearsing it, a lot of us were like, our freeze was like covering our mouths. To like, so we can laugh. And our directors, we had 2 directors, and both of them were like, nope, can't do it.
Can't laugh.
You're not allowed. You will watch it in pure horror, and you will not cover your face because that ruins it for all of us. That ruins it for an audience because we know that means you're laughing, and if you're laughing, it takes us out of it. You cannot cover your face. And we were all, and I was like, God damn it. I am so easy to break on stage. I hated that.
I'm a very easy break.
I am such an easy break.
Go ahead, ask for you.
So
I don't
easy.
think I am.
Oh
No,
man.
I was just saying, like, was he angry if you guys like started like laughing on stage when it happened, or no?
I mean,
Because I mean, if you're not allowing actors to cover their mouths, then I mean, they're gonna laugh. Like you can't not laugh sometimes. you know
no,
what
but
I
he
mean?
wanted us not to laugh.
Oh, he
Shout
was like,
out.
yeah, you have to be. Just
He was
dead,
like-
dead.
He's like, you have to live in the moment that you just saw someone cut his hand off. You're not gonna laugh. No
That's
laughing.
impossible.
Shout out to David Friedman, man.
Oh my god, David's
during-
was so good.
During To Kill a Mockingbird, during the court scene, during the very serious court scene, David and I could not look at each other no matter what, because for whatever reason, if David and I made eye contact, both of us would lose our fucking minds
Church giggles.
during that. And
Because it's the
just,
one
like,
moment.
very
It's the one
serious-
moment in the play you can't laugh.
It's this very, very serious scene. But there was this kid in the show, and this kid was awesome. By the way, this kid was so much fun to be around. But you know, the director wanted us to like improv some like quick one-liners to like as just like quick reactions, you know, to certain things that would happen. And this kid would say things like, "What the heck? What the heck, man?" And would just say it in the back. And it was the funniest stuff. And David and I were very close to this kid. So because the kid was behind me, right? I like he'd say something, and I would instinctually look at David because I knew that David would also react, and we couldn't keep it together for the life of us. We could not. Like we tried so hard not to look at each other during that show, man. Okay.
It-
It's
but
after
it is-
midnight.
Okay, I was just gonna say. It's
No,
so
I'm so sorry. If you had something to say it.
No, I was just gonna say it's so much fun to break on stage. Like it's the one thing that you can't do, but it's so much fun when you break on stage. Yeah. I was doing Rocky Horror Show, and there's a scene, you know, at the beginning of Act 2. Have you guys seen Rocky Horror Picture Show at least?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where it's the scene where like Frankenfurter climbs into Janet's bed and then climbs into Brad's bed and then Janet's bed, or no, the other way around. Climbs into Janet's bed and then Brad's bed, and it's basically the same scene.
Yeah.
So one of the I didn't know this, but Frankenfurter says, "Oh, come on, Brad." And one of the call-outs that someone made was, "No, you come on, Brad." And I hadn't heard it, and I lost my mind. Like I broke so hard. I put the blanket over my head. I put it over my head and I was like shaking. Like you could see the blanket shaking because I was laughing so hard. And everyone in the audience was like, "Oh, he got him. That's awesome." Like everyone was like laughing and clapping, and I was like, damn it. But also it's so much fun just to laugh.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny.
It's awesome.
In high school, a lot of people really hated, like, you know, being in shit with me, because in high school I didn't give a crap. Like if something funny popped into my head, I would just say it or do it, and it didn't matter what the script said. It didn't matter what the director had wanted us to do. I would just drop it, you know, just because I thought it was funny. It's like, I was Willy Wonka. And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and there's this moment where Willy Wonka and all the kids like get together, and they're like in this like spotlight moment where the spotlight what's it called when the spotlight outline sharpens? What's that called?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the spotlight was on us. Doesn't matter. And I was singing the like, you know, a very slow ballady moment with the kids or whatever, and the character, oh fuck, I don't remember anyone's name. Who's the character who leaves first because they don't
Augustus.
they eat so much?
Augustus
Yeah,
Gloop,
okay,
'cause
so
he
Augustus.
goes into the chocolate river and
Yeah.
gets sucked into the tubes. Yeah.
Yeah. So with Augustus, it's supposed to be this like very like weird, intense moment, but Augustus is standing next to me in the spotlight, and the music stops for just a moment, and there's like this like moment of like breath before I break out, And by the way, what I said was a complete lie. I didn't actually feel this way. It popped in my head. I said, "You smell funny," and I like whispered it into the mic towards Augustus, and everybody started laughing except for the person who played
Augustus.
Charlie. Except for the person who played Charlie, because she started laughing, but she didn't. She was like really pissed off.
She didn't want to break.
No, yeah, she was really pissed off about that. So I didn't know about that, and I didn't know she was pissed off until like a long time later. But she was like, "Yeah, I was actually like really frustrated that you did that because it went against what we were trying to do with the show." I was like,
Yeah, but you're Willy Wonka.
Was it in front of an audience?
Oh, it was like, yeah, it was the second night. It was like the second night.
Yeah, but like you're Willy Wonka, you have to have free
no one
reign.
knew I was gonna do it.
Oh
I guess
God.
so. I guess so. There was another time when I was playing like a detective, and in a show, and like I just randomly called one of the girls I was interrogating pretty. I was like in the middle of a very intense interview. I was like, "You're so pretty," and like that made everyone on stage lose their minds for a second because it was just out of fucking nowhere. Like here's why I was out of nowhere, because she had just made like a really serious accusation against whoever the like murderer was, or about who the murderer was, and my response to it was, "You're so pretty." Yeah, I got in trouble both those times.
Just why?
I don't know. It worked, dude. You gotta run with the instincts. That's a big acting lesson. You know, if you feel an instinct and you're allowed to run with it, run with it. The difference between
But stick to the script. Stick to the script, or else David Mamet will shoot you in front of everyone else.
Yeah, it's true.
Stick to the script, or David Mamet will shoot you. Did I ever tell you the story about what happened my junior year of high school when we did Spam a Lot?
No.
This is a quick story.
Or maybe.
So my junior year, we do Spam a Lot, and it's like a bunch of guys who had done the musical all together for the last couple of years. So everyone knew each other. Everyone was good friends, and like Spam a Lot is
Guys being dudes.
it's Spam a Lot is a bunch of guys being dudes, especially in an all boys school. It was a bunch of guys being dudes. So we open. So the way that my high school does shows is that you open on a Friday, you do 2 shows on Saturday, you have a matinee on Sunday, and then you close. So between the 2 shows on Saturday, we have a Saturday matinee, and Saturday matinee notoriously no one ever shows the hell up to.
Yeah.
Of course, like why would you go to a Saturday matinee for a high school show? I mean, there are people who do, and that's awesome, but like no one ever shows up to it. So that's the time where a lot of people just like screw around. So Friday night was awesome. Saturday matinee, a bunch like we just start adding bits. Like we add a bit, there's a rubber chicken. We add the rubber chicken into every freaking scene. Someone says something here, someone ad-libs something here, someone says something else instead of this in this scene. And between both shows, we almost always have like a meetup with our director between every show. But between those 2 performances, he gathered us all into our green room, and he was like, "Guys, what happened earlier today is not the show we rehearsed. Like it's good to have it's nice to have fun. It's nice to have a good time, and like everyone's having fun. It's supposed to be fun, and I get that, but what happened today was not the show we rehearsed." So, and he's like, "And I have no problem moving someone into a role that, like, if you guys can't take it seriously, I'll find someone in this cast who can."
Fuck.
And we were all like,
Fuck.
Okay, so playtime's over. Okay, got it. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that was the last of it. I mean, like, we added a couple of things, but Saturday was just like, because like when you do a show so many times, you get used to the cadence of things, and like you just hear it over and over again. Like it becomes like repetitive in a good way that you can like instantly recognize what's going on. There came a point on Saturday where I was like, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Like I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where we are. I don't know what scene this is. Like I'm completely thrown off. And our director was like, "Oh yeah, that shit's done." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, that's fair. We went too far."
That's scary.
Especially these high schoolers, right? We were like,
I mean,
okay.
I guess it was a good lesson because here you are now.
Exactly, and I'm still breaking on stage, so.
Not intentionally though.
I will always break on stage. Like I try so hard to beat it. But
I
can't.
just completely
I just have
just
that
give in.
moment. If I just have that moment, the moment's there. I can't run away from it.
Nope, you can't. Can't.
All
But,
right.
with that being
Ash,
said-
last words. Oh yeah, sorry.
No, that's it. Any last words, Ash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any last words? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. All right.
I might cut the podcast there just to see what it sounds like in edit. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Jonathan, and I have to be at work in like 7 hours. I don't know.
Dude.
I'm Nick, and at this point tomorrow, I will be fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Yeah. Takes all of us. Yeah. Thank you, Nick, for the shout out.
Come on, bro. Come on.
For
Dude,
fudge sake.
relax, man. Okay.
He's a tortoise, remember? It takes him a minute.
I'm Brendan, and I'm a tortoise.
We're stuck in our heads.
Guys.
Stuck in our-
Thanks. Thanks for nothing.
See you next week.